and welcome to this video. My name is Eva. Very amazing that you're here. So the following video is a recording of a group healing session I've done in the past, and I just want to let you know there are some more group healing sessions on my YouTube channel. But if you are very much into the group healing sessions and you really enjoy them, but you can't join the live ones, or you just want to have more, I want to share with you that many more of these group healing sessions are available on the Next Elevations YouTube channel. I put the link below this video. This is where you can find it. And on the Next Elevation YouTube channel, all members of this YouTube channel get access to one video a week. So there's already a whole library of group healing sessions, recorded group healing sessions, and then you also get access to a new one every week. So if you feel like they are helping you very much and they support you on your journey, I mean, they are very transformative. There's very intense work getting done in those sessions. So a lot of healing and clearing work. And if you feel like they're supporting you on your journey, maybe you want to check this out. You find the link below this video. And enjoy the following healing. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Okay, then enjoy. Let's start. Okay. Start with opening up the energy field. Bring in light. And I will expand the energy field. I am expanding the energy field. Expanding the energy field helps to hold more light in the system, and also more awareness comes with that as well. And of course, when you meditate, and especially when you meditate with a transmission, the energy field starts expanding naturally. But here with this work, we just speed up the process, like with everything else. Okay, so I'm expanding. Then I fill up the expanded space with more light. Then our clear surface energies. So surface energies are just emotions that have been present for you over the past few hours or the past day. And are basically floating around the top of your energy field and also other energies you were exposed to. So I'm clearing them. And then I clear energies out of the mind, thoughts. Thoughts are just energy. And they're the personal thoughts and the random thoughts. So the personal thoughts are the ones you're actively thinking. So it's actually you thinking them. And the random thoughts it's just energy on a mental level, and it's creating thoughts. So when you experience stories, just thoughts in form of stories coming up and spinning in circles and stuff like that, even though it's around what you're doing at the moment, what you're thinking at the moment, in the area where you are, stuff like that. So it's familiar. It seems like they're your personal thoughts, but they're not. And eventually they can fall away, or they will fall away. They get less and less. And for now, we don't need them, so we clear them. Then I clear the pineal gland. So basically the pineal gland can be worked on multiple times, because it can be always more cleared and more activated, because it helps us to be more perceptive, more open, more aware. So at the moment I'm clearing it from blockages and calcification. And then I activate it. Then I open up the energy field more. So opening it up more helps the light to enter deeper layers. And also then I can work on deeper layers as well. Bring in more light. Then I open up the central energy channel. The central energy channel goes from the root to the crown chakra. This is where life energy flows through the system. And life energy flows from the root to the crown, falls back down like half circles in all directions, flows up again, and so on. It's a continuous flow. And also this is something we want to have more of. We want to have more life energy flowing. Because the more life energy flows, the more life is experienced as being a flow. Everything unfolds in the present moment. And also, let's say if we are manifesting things, which we're doing all the time, so the more this, it's also like a magnetic field around us, the more we have energy flowing, the more we can also experience what we prefer, because we have more access to connect to that what we prefer. So and also this energy channel can always be more open. And what's in the way, it's like the usual stuff. So it's blockages, like stuck energies, trauma, just stored energies in the system. And by doing this work, we clear the system more, and then there is also more space for life energy to flow. So I'm accelerating your life energy. Then I help it to flow more. Then I open the energy channels. Top of the head, I start with the one on top of the head. Clear it first, then expand it. So every time, just that you know, every time I expand whatever area in your system, it's a lot expanded in the session. And then, of course, after the session, it just narrows down a little bit, but it stays more open than it was before. So basically, every time we gain a little bit more openness, a little bit more energy flow. Well, it's not just a little bit, it's actually quite a bit. Okay, then forehead. Because the system needs to get used to all of that as well. Because if it would just stay open all the time, it could be a bit, you know, just a bit too much. And everybody's system opens to that amount that it's in the best possible way for you to expand and for your highest good. So that's the aim for all of the work anyways. Okay, then I clear surface energies out of the throat chakra. Expand it. Heart chakra. Clear surface energies out of the heart chakra. So expand it, and then I do the same on the back of the throat chakra. And back of the heart chakra. Okay, then I connect it to the light of the Divine Mother through the top of the head, the forehead, back of the head, throat chakra, back of the throat chakra, heart chakra, back of the heart chakra, and pull a cocoon of light on top of your system down to your feet, and let this light fill up your system. And just tune into your system if you feel any irritation somewhere or tension. Just let it go. Just put the intention there, let this go, because then also the light can enter these areas better. Then open up the energy field more. Bring in more light. And then I work on the nervous system. So like I said in the beginning, if you don't experience any energies yet, it's just because the nervous system needs refinement. And in general, the nervous system can always be more refined. So for example, first you feel energies, then after a while, you can feel different kind of energies. Start feeling a difference, or they have different flavors, and so on. And then, for example, you can start reading them, or however your system perceives them, or you see them as light, as colors. Every system is different, so every system perceives differently. But just saying, there's always like a progress in that as well. And also experiencing higher levels of consciousness. So maybe you have heard or you've experienced it yourself that some people have like a big opening. Some higher level of consciousness is opening up, and they have an experience for a while, and then it closes down, let's say after 5 minutes or after 15 minutes or a day. And it's just because the nervous system can't hold these higher states yet, because the higher states have a lot more energy. So there is a lot more energy involved, a lot more pressure on the system. And yeah, and then the system, meaning when it closes down, the system can't hold that yet. So that's where the refinement comes in, working towards these higher states to be able to hold them for good. Okay, first I am clearing the nervous system. And healing the nervous system. Then strengthening the nervous system. Then expanding the capacity to hold more light and higher levels of consciousness. Okay, then open the chakras, crown chakra first, third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and root chakra. So I'm always working with the chakras, but the chakras are just a representation of energies that are stored in your system anywhere, really. So it doesn't mean, I mean, it's often possible, of course, that the energies are stored in these areas, but a lot of times they are stored in other areas as well. So just that, you know, it's just a representation to work with them. And I will speak words out multiple times, and this is also a way of clearing. Okay, let's see what comes up. Okay, I start with the third chakra. I clear the energy of regret. The energy of regret, 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 regret. The energy of regret. So basically, regret from your today's perspective, looking back at your life and having certain experiences that weren't pleasant, that were traumatic, that were painful. And there's just a regret in the system at the moment for having to go through them, having to experience these experiences. So there is regret, 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 regret. Clear it. Clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it. There's also a part in the system that doesn't want to, of course, look back into certain experiences and doesn't want to feel those emotions anymore, just wants to say, okay, this happened, I don't care, I move on. And that's totally fine. I'm just gonna clear this resistance because The resistance is like holding these energies in place. And by clearing the resistance, we can access them better. And also they can just come up themselves as well. So when you like meditate or something, sometimes they get cleared and you don't even know, because we just need an open system. So when something is blocking, like resistance is blocking, then it's possible that the energies can't really access, or you can't access it yourself either. So I clear the resistance towards emotions you felt in the past that were unpleasant, that were painful, that were traumatizing. So I clear them. Clear resistance, clear resistance, clear resistance, clear resistance, second chakra. Clear resistance, clear resistance, clear resistance, clear resistance, clear resistance. Especially I see resistance towards emotions that were felt, let's say at a younger age, till the age of like 12, 13. So I'm working on that now. The resistance from back then, I mean, that's so long ago, right? You think, oh my God, that's so long ago. I don't even know what happened back then. Maybe you do, but it's possible that you don't. We just want to free up the part of the timeline. So I clear the resistance. Okay, then there are energies coming up from that time, specifically heart chakra is always the identification. I want to fit in, 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 I want to have approval, or I need approval. And if I don't get it, for whatever reasons or whatever circumstances, you just didn't get approval, that's what we clear out of the heart chakra. So just the energy that there is the need, or was the need, for approval. And that's meaning that when we are younger, we're more authentic. We have more access to our true nature, and then we stop because we start changing ourselves. We start being more like people want us to be. This could be because we start going to school and the teacher wanted us to be different, or our parents wanted us to be different. It could be something very simple, or also because of like traumatic experiences or abuse or something like that. So we started changing because we thought we need to be different. So I clear that. And I clear basically the time when you started to move away from your true nature. Or that energy in general, the moving away from the true nature. So what do I mean by the true nature? It just has different, you can describe it in a lot of different ways. So the true nature is what you are on the core level, the beingness, your highest truth. That's what I'm talking about. And because life is happening, we start forming ourselves, life is forming us, people are forming us, and so on. They like pull us off our path of, let's say if there is a path of the true nature, then we're pulled off that path or that direction. And what we want is to basically come back to that, so that we are on the path of our true nature, of our highest truth. And then life can just unfold in the most perfect way for us. Yeah. Okay. So clear more. I have to change, I have to change, I have to change, I have to be different, I have to be different, I have to be different. I want to get approval, I want to get approval, I want to get approval, and I want to do things where other people are then happy with me or satisfied with me. So I clear that. I need to do what other people tell me to. I just know I need to be different. I just know I need to be different because that's the feedback I'm getting. I need to be different in whatever kind of way. I just need to be different than I am. So that means I have to like push certain needs I have aside, or certain let's say, desires, but from the heart level. Back then, they're still coming from the heart level, not so much from the ego. This starts later or around, of course, a younger age as well, but not like very young. So you basically have to put, or you had to put that aside. So I clear this, clear it. Then root chakra, I clear fear out of the root chakra. Fear of not having approval, of not being loved, fear of not having approval, not being loved, fear of not being loved, fear of being, let's say, pushed aside or not being part of your, yeah, on a fundamental level, it's like not being part of the community, but it's like part of the family or part of the friend circle. So there's fear around this. This is why you started to form and change yourself. You thought you had to be different. There are the fears behind it. The fear of, yeah, being by yourself, being alone, not having anybody, not having any connections, especially of not being loved, fear of not being loved, fear of not being loved, fear of not being loved, of not being approved in what you do and in what you are on the core level. So basically, you are just not approved in that kind of way. So there's fear, root chakra, fear, 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 fear. Then a second chakra, there is anger, anger towards people who basically, when you had experiences back then, who put you in that position where this fear came up or where you had to change yourself. So there's anger towards these people and also situations like school or I don't know, something similar, groups, kindergarten groups maybe. So I clear that. I clear the anger, I clear the anger, I clear the anger, I clear the anger. Heart chakra, there is the identification, so I clear the pain, the pain, the pain, the pain, the pain, the pain, the pain around having to, yeah, to be different, to step away from your true nature. There is pain, 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 pain. Clear the pain, clear the pain, clear the pain. And also sadness, 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 sadness. And often this is like, this is not even recognized. I mean, for most people, if the experiences weren't like major, traumatic, they don't even know that there is actually sadness in their system for that, for moving away from the true nature, because it's just something that everybody has to do. You know, we all have to fit in. We all have to be part of society, and for that we have to be in a certain way, and we have to step away from what we prefer to be, who we prefer to be, in our true nature. And this is more underlaying. So it's more in the, it's often not so obvious, but it's there. It's just underlaying there. This sadness of, yeah, having to, that you had to change who you are to have the approval and the love and all of that. So there is sadness. Sadness, 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 sadness. Then sometimes you had to fight, or you had arguments with people who wanted to push you away from your truth, and you had to like follow their truth. And I clear those energies as well from those situations. It could be something small, seemingly unimportant, but it's about the pushing away from the true nature. But it could be also something major like abuse or something like that. Painful experiences, traumatic experiences. Okay, so I clear the energy, third chakra, of giving up, giving up, giving up. So giving up your truth for somebody else's. I clear the energy of giving up. and the energy that came into your system, the disapproval with what you are or what you were. Clear that third chakra as well. The energy of disapproval, the energy of disapproval, the energy of disapproval. The energy of neglectance, or neglectance, yeah, I think that's the word. And the energy of consequences, so negative consequences around when you try to hold your truth or when you try to stay within your truth, and then you had negative consequences happening, because this is then often why it's so easy to not follow our truth these days, because there were consequences, they were negative, and then we kind of, put them on a scale. Do I follow my truth or do I experience negative consequences, even though you probably don't experience them today to that amount, and you have more of a choice than compared to being a child. But just the information of that is in the system. So we always just knowing, oh, I might be disapproved with that. I might be not accepted. I'd rather do something else, but that's not my highest truth. But it's really like that. It's actually crazy. So just that the thought of it, of consequences, of negative consequences, makes us do things which are not in alignment with us. So I clear that out of the third chakra as well. Clear it, clear it, clear it. Okay, and I can see how the systems are really starting to lighting up, lighting up, lighting up. There's more light flowing, they're expanding. Yeah, they are all just really low vibrational informations and low vibrational energies we're working on today. Again, I need to clear more of energy, of the energy of disapproval, third chakra, experiencing disapproval for what you did, what you preferred, what your truth was, and on the fundamental level then of you, disapproval of you. That's the experience. Okay? Because of course we take things personal, that's the thing, until we don't. But a lot of times in our lives we do. So I clear that. Okay, then I'm going to look into healing the parts that are holding on to this low vibration energy. So there's always parts because they feel like it's better to have these energies in the system compared to its protecting versus not having them. For example, it's better to do something that you don't prefer to get but then get the approval, versus you do something that you prefer, not getting the approval. So the energy basically holds on to the first one because it's survival mode. It's always better to be in community, to be looked after, to be loved, even though the circumstances are weird and not true, not the highest truth. So it always comes down to survival mechanism. And this is why this energy is being held in the system. So first, I clear the energy of that you are not being approved. Hear it. And that it's better to follow somebody else's truth versus your own, to be protected and loved and accepted and all of that. Heal it and clear it. And meaning, I'm clearing also the energy that, or the misunderstanding that if you don't do what other people prefer, that they will withdraw love or attention or something like that. And yes, this might be something you have experienced, but it's outdated, because today you're an adult and today you can, of course, choose more freely. You don't have to be around, let's say, your parents or your teacher or the kindergarten teacher, or I don't know, your friend's mother who was very strict. So you have more of a choice. So if you feel like, okay, certain people are not approving of what you do or your true nature or what feels right for you, you just have a choice to not listen to them or not hang out with them so much, in that kind of way. Okay, then I open up the energy field more. Bring in light. Okay, more of the energy of disapproval needs to be worked on. Then heart chakra, the identification. I don't want to experience disapproval. I don't want to experience disapproval. I don't want to experience it because it's so painful. It's so painful. It's a very, very intense pain to not being approved of. And then, of course, not feeling the energy of love or being loved or accepted. So I clear that. Then I clear, I don't feel accepted. I don't feel accepted, or I don't accept myself also then. Also part of it, I don't accept myself, because if I feel it many times and if I feel, okay, I do something wrong, then also the energy I don't accept myself comes up. So I clear that. I don't accept myself. I don't accept myself. I don't accept myself. I don't accept myself. I have to change. I have to change. I have to change. I have to change. Clear that too. I have to change. I have to change. I have to be different. 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 But again, all we do is to find the approval wherever, either by choice or by forced possible as well. Yeah, we're stepping away, or at least this is what we're working on. The energy is stepping away from your higher truth. And this work is supposed to, or is bringing you back more to your higher truth, to your true nature, to your beingness, to experience that eventually for good. And we just work on whatever is in the way of you experiencing that for good. So, because it's there, it's behind all these human experiences. And you probably have access every now and then, right? You probably do, but there are situations where you don't, because of all these other energies that are in the system and that are interfering. Okay, then let's look into past life influences. Past life influences have always a very major influence on the system, meaning you incarnated before, right? And there were lifetimes where certain energies weren't fully cleared, or they were around for most of the life experience, and they haven't been cleared, and then they're still influencing this life experience. So I'm just going to look into one past life just for you, giving you an idea how this energy manifested, and then I just clear the rest of them without looking into them because it's not really necessary. I just want to give you an idea. Okay, first one is, or the one I'm shown is basically one where you fully changed yourself because you weren't approved as, yeah, for who and what you are, which we all experience in this lifetime as well. But anyways, also past lives, many past lives. It's actually an interesting one. It's like out of a novel. So I see this young girl. She was really young and she lived in this village long time ago, and basically it was just women had to, be at home, give birth to children, look after the housing and stuff like that. Men went out either on like little hunts or also on like even to have like war situations with other communities. And because she didn't feel at all like staying in this village and have this like normal women life, a normal life of a woman, she decided to fully, she asked first to be able to leave and then go with the men. And they didn't allow her to, because of course back then it wasn't possible to be in that position. But then yeah, she just left, and she lived her life pretending to be a man, because she always felt like, I mean, the women weren't treated so nicely back home, or they were treated as being a bit less than men and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just that life of that woman that comes in. And yeah, so she basically had to be very different from, and be very different, and also change her appearance and really fit into the man's world to be able to live that life as well. So she fully had to change and couldn't openly live that life experience. So I'm healing that. Because it would have been totally disapproved. Uh, and she probably would have had like really crazy consequences happening. So I'm just clearing that. Okay, then the rest of the lives were the energy of not being approved of what you felt like it would have been the right thing for you to do uh, was happening. Okay, it's a major change in the energy field, because it's not just past life topic, right? It's like this this life topic so much as well. Then let's have a look into a few more past life influences. Yeah, the fear of being like an outcast, the fear of not being part of community. When you follow your highest truth. So I heal that as well. Heal it and clear it. Then some more. Okay, then there are also lives where you were in that position where you were doing that, what we are clearing out of your system because it happened to you. So basically you put people in positions where they weren't able to follow their truth, or if they did, there was just something done to them, like consequences, stuff like that. So just the change of the position, being in the position where you were, or that past life experience was limiting people in that kind of way. So I'm healing it. Spirit. Then let's have a look at one more. Okay, basically past lives where the role in that past life, so even a step further, prevented people from having a nice life experience. Having or being able to live their truth. But like this was the position. So for example, in this, I just see it's just as an example, I see one past life so that you get an idea. There was a time and when people were practicing certain, I don't know, like rituals, meditation, healing work, stuff like that. They were, yeah, tortured and killed and stuff like that. So I'm just seeing a life as an example. Yeah, so let's heal that too. Okay. Yeah, fascinating. Brought a massive change in the energy field. So basically, just see for yourself how you perceive it. I always see it as the energy fields are just expanding so much. There is so much more light flowing. It's like it feels like a burden falls off the shoulders or something heavy is falling off the shoulders. There is more light and feeling lighter and just nicer. The feeling of feeling nicer in the energy field. And more truth is there, of course, than anyways, but truth feels nice, so okay. All right, then I open up the energy field more. Bring in more light. Okay, and then let's have a look into your timeline. So basically, I just see the timeline from when you were born up until today. But technically, I just want to explain the mechanism for your understanding. Because there is no past, you know, everything happens in the present moment. It's the information that's stored in your system. So it's still stored from what happened, let's say 20 years ago. And just for our mind to understand, we have a timeline. So, but basically all the information is here at the moment in your system. Okay, so I'm going to look into the first time the energy came into your system where you experienced disapproval for something that you felt would have represented your true nature or your true interest or your beingness. So yeah, let's have a look at the first experience. Okay, I'm healing and clearing this one. Spirit. I also see right away sadness leaving the system. It's really, it's very sad to feel disapproval. It's like also the energy of devastation is leaving the system. And of, what's the English word? 'Cause, 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 Yeah, I think it's something similar than devastation, but it's just another word. So, anyways, that energy is being cleared as well. And then I just clear two more times when this energy was very present in your life experience, the energy of disapproval. Um, the so I look at the second time. Hear it. And the third time. Also clear it. And also for the understanding, when the energy is cleared that came in the first time ever in your system and manifested there, it's like the root cause, and it's like a plant. So cut off the root, and then the plant starts dying. So all other experiences you had around disapproval, the story can be, of course, a totally different one, but like from that core energy, um, and manifested in your system over and over again because it couldn't fully be, uh, um, couldn't fully pass through. It starts breaking down as well. So we just start a massive process by always like healing this core the first time energies came into your system. Then I see disapproval comes a lot from ancestors because they have been disapproved a lot as well. So it's just a very major energy that's around our human life experience. So I'm going to cut off in general the energy of disapproval, of not being able to follow your truth because of that, and all the consequences and everything we looked into that comes in from the ancestors, so from grandparents backwards. Okay, I block it off. I clear it out of your system as well. Although it takes some time to fully leave the system. But important that there is no influence anymore, because basically the influence is there constantly, constantly, constantly. And if we still have it in our systems and there is this influence, then we find resonance, and then it's our truth, unfortunately, because what we experience is our truth, uh, but not the one we want. So yeah, clear it. Then I specifically look into so disapproval from parents, is a major one, because as children we depend on them, right? We depend on their care, love and stuff like that. So this is also shown to work on. I start with the father. No, I start with the mother. So the mother also probably experienced these energies, and she also passed this on to you, either on a conscious or on a subconscious level. So I send healing to the mother. Also cut the connection, also clear it out of your system. This brings in a major change, more self-love, more self-acceptance. So I can right away see the change in the energy field, the information changes. There is more self-acceptance and self-love for who and what you are. Because before, a lot, even though it's so long ago, when we were young, but we wanted to have a lot of approval from the mother and care and all of that. And by removing this energy, we're freeing ourselves, and then we can actually feel what's already there. So our own self-love, because that's already there. It was just veiled before. The approval that's already there. And on the beingness level, so just underneath that, that's what the human needs. Underneath is the beingness level. And on the beingness level, we don't need approval or love or anything, because it's all in there. It's just beingness. It's pure truth. Okay? And then we do the same with the Father. So send healing energy to the Father. And also all the times we experienced like disapproval from mother and father, by cutting these energies, this also starts breaking down, or it's like it just starts falling away from your system. It starts like neutralizing. So it doesn't mean that it never happened. It just, these energies get neutralized, and then it's like whatever. It's nothing to do with you anymore. So okay. And then I'm going to strengthen your inner beingness and the inner truth. And I bring this forward for you more. That you have more access and you can follow that more. And everybody's truth is a bit different, or a lot different. So I'm strengthening the inner truth. And I'm also strengthening your, what's the best way to explain that? Let's just say your ability to hear it and follow that, versus following what's not of your highest truth. So it just enhances or accelerates this possibility, it strengthens this possibility, that you see this more, and this is what you're going for, and this is where your aim is, because this is where we want to have so before, most part of the system were following that, where you experience the approval and the love from somebody and all of that. And because we cleared so much of these energies, and we want to like totally switch that around and going into the direction where we follow what we prefer. So always from the heart level, never from the ego. So I'm always talking about from the heart level, from your highest truth. You follow what you prefer, what your intuition tells you, where you're guided towards. So I'm just strengthening this connection, this information, and this truth. And then you'll see life unfolds in such a nice way. And also It's like everything is handed to you. So it's not then before it's like, okay, you have to go after things, you have to work hard, or you have to be in a certain way to get whatever. And because we're turning this around, and when you follow your truth, basically things are just coming towards you. Things are just happening. Of course, you do whatever you do, but like opportunities are coming, people are coming, situations are coming, everything is just unfolding in a flow. And everything feels right, and it feels true, and it feels nourishing, and it feels yeah, just the joy of being comes forward, and the joy of being. So I'm strengthening that more. And I fill up your energy field with high vibrational healing energies, love, light, truth, trust, joy, abundance, and health. So basically what I do, everything I cleared, I'm replacing with these high vibrational healing energies. Okay, we are finished.